Hi guys. We are having Rishabh with us. He has been into script writing and he have worked with creators and business people, and he have generated over 10 million views. So over to you, Rishabh.
Hi, hi everyone. Hi, Sasha. Glad to be on your show.
So can you just tell me what is the script writing basically? What is the script writing all about?
See, whenever you see any kind of video or any kind of film, there are two parts of it. One is the written part, the content part of it, and second is the editing part. So,
Okay.
a script writer decides what content needs to be there in the script, and accordingly, how the creator or the brand will project themselves on screen, and ultimately, they're for the viewers, right? So, how any type of content will be projected towards the viewers, that is something which a script writer decides, and yeah.
So why it is basically important for social media platforms basically?
Because see, the currently we are living in a age of video marketing, right?
Yeah.
So in any video, whenever you see any kind of video, there goes content behind it. So wherever content is there, wherever video content is there, script writer is there. So in any type of company, in any type of and any creator, any brand who look forward to launch their videos or promotions or ads or anything,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
script writers come there to help.
Okay, so do you follow any framework for writing the scripts? There are ton of framework like ADA and all.
Hmm. See, I there are to some extent it converges with copywriting. To some
Hmm.
extent, it converges with film script writing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so any script writer needs to have a balance between two,
Hmm.
because showing writing something on paper and showing that on screen, the things get totally different.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
basic factors of advertising and the copywriting frameworks, they do work
Hmm.
in scripts, like for example creating tension or creating curiosity or things like that,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
writing hooks,
Hmm.
especially short in the short form script writing. Hook writing is very important, and to some extent, in that area,
Hmm.
copywriting and script writing, they somewhere converge on the basis of these principles.
Okay, so there will be a different format for Instagram, for the YouTube. Can you just
Yeah.
and LinkedIn? Can you just give a explanation to it?
Okay. See, for Instagram, it really depends on the type of audience first, and second is, on Instagram, you need to show it creatively very well.
Okay.
On YouTube, you need to show it uh, by storytelling works more on YouTube. And secondly, it depends upon the audience also. For example, I work with a creator who has 20 to 40-year-old audience on Instagram. But if we check his YouTube, he has around 3 million subscribers there. But
Hmm.
his audience there is their children, basically they're teenagers
Okay, okay.
or young adults, things like that. So audience changes. And secondly, on YouTube, in long form, the framework of script remains same, but
Hmm.
it expands according to the length of the video.
And what about the YouTube Shorts basically?
Yeah. So I was talking about YouTube Shorts only. Let's say on one side there is Instagram video, Instagram Reel, and
Hmm.
second is YouTube Shorts.
Hmm.
So the way of creating it really depends upon the audience,
Okay.
because mostly creators or brands have different types of audience in different types of platforms, right?
Okay.
And their age also varies. So there are some types of videos which works more on Instagram. There
Hmm.
are some types of videos which work more on YouTube. So it really depends upon the audience, how the audience view it. Moreover, the on Instagram, people are more, I would say humor friendly.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
YouTube, people are more value friendly. Like they need more, comparatively need more value, because Instagram is not just a real viewing platform. It is
Okay.
also more of a social platform than YouTube. Instagram is
Okay.
more social than YouTube. Yeah. So that requirement changes, and especially according to the audience, also requirement changes.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's
So
same only.
what does the algorithm plays an important role in script writing?
Hmm.
I know algorithm plays an important role in video also, but
Yeah.
it plays an important role in the scripting also.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, See, again, that depends on the platform. For example, on YouTube, if one of your reels pick up, yeah,
Hmm.
then all the other reels pick up. They automatically come in the algorithm of people. But on
Okay.
Instagram, this is not there.
Yeah, yeah.
So on Instagram, people are hooked to very short content. Let's say
Yeah.
there is a 1 minute video. It's a 40-second video. In
Hmm.
the first 5 to 6 seconds, we need to tell the story in short. We need to create curiosity and then make the reader jump to the next. On
Okay.
Instagram, people are comparatively less, I would say, less patient to listen to the whole thing.
Okay. So you have been working as a script writer. So what role does the script writing plays in basically storytelling?
See, for any video, for a storytelling, it's like a short film. Like it's like you're making a short film, right?
Hmm.
But at the same time, we need to decide on the objectives of
Yeah.
that video. Some objectives can be related to a product promotion. Some objectives can be related to uh, giving information about something, right?
Okay.
So for any video, the script writer tells what needs to be done.
Hmm.
After that, what who actually does it is the brand or the creator himself. So I worked online and offline both with creators, and in that process I realized that what we write as script writers and what comes out in the video may not be exactly the same.
Okay.
Because because for writing a video there has to be three parties are involved: the writer, the creator, and third is the editor.
Okay.
As a writer, as a script writer, I need to take care about the both the other parties also. In what scenario the shooting is done, how flexible is the creator. Some creators speak face to face like they're giving a video. Some creators give each and every line a different location, let's say, and
Yeah.
in the editing it get converges and we can see the video, let's say, with a video with 10 frames, 15 frames, 20 frames, you know, as compared to video with 2 3 frames. So in video, the script writer, the first thing decides is the content, and second is the frames, how many number of frames will come in that video. Yeah.
Because I have seen in LinkedIn that people are morely attracted to the storytelling.
Yeah. On LinkedIn, see, on LinkedIn, I forgot about telling on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, uh, the primary thing video is not a very the primary thing which hooks your audience, right?
Hmm.
It's more of a static. So video is sometimes, although people have started using video on LinkedIn also now, so the
Yeah.
trend is coming.
Hmm.
But still, the primary thing is on LinkedIn is not really that into like script writing. It is writing, but it is more like a static writing with placing your personal image. That is the best thing which works for LinkedIn. Apart from that, but still people do like once in a week people post, sometimes post videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, how we can engage the viewers, basically.
Yeah. See, it the first step to that is in the ideation of the content, what content we are creating.
Okay.
So as a script writer is not just the person who writes the content. Script writer is also a person who finds the content. So we need to find content which is relatable,
Okay.
which is which is uh, which is a relatable problem to people, and also at the same time beneficial to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So there goes a lot of fact checking in this. Goes a lot of research in this on what can be the topic which hooks people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So as in researching that content, uh, the most important thing is researching that content
Yeah.
which can go forward to people, and secondly is not trying to copy others, because
Yeah. Yeah.
writing for creators is like writing for a personal brand, right? You have to
Yeah, yeah,
catch their tone. You have to catch a creator's tone. How does that person speak? Is the person's generally videos uh, are they generally funny, or they are generally very straightforward and say things professionally? So it depends on creator to creator. So
and
yeah.
yeah, definitely continue. I will.
Yeah, and also at the end of it, for creating engagements, which is designing the CTA, right? So
Okay.
in CTA also we have to create very different kind of variations every time. The
Yeah,
more
yeah,
we will copy someone else, the less there will be chances of people recognizing us as something different.
yeah. Basically, CTA means a call to action. No, is
Yeah,
it?
call to action.
Okay. So, can you just tell me what are those strategies of the CTA? Basically,
Hmm.
in script role.
Hmm. Hmm.
Can you just?
See, it's one of the most effective strategies is the callback technique.
Okay.
Let's say a script started with some children playing, and one of the family members of a child got some problem, right? This
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
hook. Okay.
Hmm.
Now the whole video travels. I'm talking about short form. The whole video travels around giving a solution for that family member who is in medical problem, right? Now at the end of it, we will have two things. One is the situation in the hook and the situation at the ending, they come to a positive conclusion.
Okay.
Second is something which is called uh, putting something unexpected. Putting
Yeah, yeah.
something unexpected. Uh, this depends upon the context of the videos also. But mostly, what happens for creating a good CTA is putting something unexpected.
Okay.
Like I wrote an ad about a job portal, and
Hmm.
it was like a storytelling technique. In
Hmm.
the start, the person didn't have a job. At the end of it, the person had a job. So
Hmm.
at the end of it, I included a funny question. भाई जॉब भी लगवा दी, गर्लफ्रेंड भी बनवा देगा, क्या क्या ये पोर्टल गर्लफ्रेंड बनवा सकता, लाइक दिस इज समथिंग ह्यूमरस, राइट? बट
Yeah, yeah.
दिस इज नॉट एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रॉम अ जॉब काइंड ऑफ,
Hmm.
from a job advertisement. Okay.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
this is something which hooks the audience and makes them like, wow, we weren't expecting this, and they go over like this, that this, yes, this is something very engaging.
Okay. So, where did you learn the script writing? Basically.
Okay, so I learned it by doing only, actually. I have
Okay.
a finance background. So the first client I got was a finance creator only. He's having like 400, 500K followers. So
Hmm.
I used to write scripts for him. And in the process of that, I learned many things from him,
Yeah, yeah.
because he was himself doing the writing the scripts and making videos. I was just someone who was replacing his time, basically. That if I can make it, because I have that kind of background
Okay.
that I know about that. After that, I worked him in like 2 3 months, and after that, I met someone local here, in my place, and I started working with him. He's a tech creator having like 2.5, 2.6 followers on Instagram, 3 million subscribers on YouTube, something like that. And during with him, I worked offline, in person. So there, I really got to know more about script writing, because like how videos are actually made and how videos are written. There is a gap between that, which while working online we
Okay.
sometimes we don't realize. But at the same time, this is not possible in every scenario. So I do
Hmm.
work online also. I do write online scripts also. But that is something which the creator also has to take care, because the shooting is ultimately the thing is what is being shooted and what is being edited. So shooting is in creator's hand, or the brand's hand. So at the direction part of it is something which generally the creators or brands do. The person
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Okay. So, how basically for the beginners, they should be knowing that how did you approach your first client?
Okay. See, the best thing which can work for getting a first client is what you already have. uh, I have Every person like studies or does something, or consumes some content which they consume more than others, right? But I was having finance background, which gave me the leverage to work like approach directly the finance creators. So because I have read that thing for 4 5 years, right? So for anyone starting out here, like just recognize what is the one, what either what is your background. Your background can be your leverage, or something which you are in, which you're genuinely interested in. For example, some people are genuinely interested in mental health.
Hmm.
They consume mental health content day in and out, so they can approach people and say like, may I write a script for you? And creators do look for big creators do look for script writers
Yeah, yeah.
always, and they do require some good script writers who can help them in content creation and ideation also.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So can you just tell me can how we can make a portfolio out of it? Because client needs a portfolio.
Yeah. uh, there are two ways of making a portfolio. One is either in the cold message you directly say that these are my videos. This is something which maybe an experienced person can do. For a beginner, I would say, who doesn't have any work practically done, the best thing that can work for them is samples, giving them samples. Give as many samples of Send as many samples to creators or brands as possible, that this is something which I've written for you, and don't expect them to like say a yes every time. Or see, if they find it useful, if they find it that yes, this is something which is different, this is something we can do, they will automatically approach
Okay,
you.
then Rishabh, how did you build a client? Because you got one client, and how did you build a client base?
Initially, after getting a client, I started approaching more people in the same field because I had the experience of writing with them. Moreover, the clients have also helped me in uh, in researching more about the industry. For example, my current client is a tech creator.
Okay,
So, and tech is something which is not really my niche. My niche was finance, right? So,
okay,
so but I got that client only because I wrote for this finance creator. So
okay,
it's more like going above the staircase step by step.
okay. So can you just give me the roadmap for the script writing, just in few words,
Okay, the roadmap, but I didn't get the question.
just
Like,
for the beginners? How they
okay,
should? Yeah.
okay. See, first of all, you need to have a genuine interest in how videos are made.
Okay,
It really depends on how much interested you are in making videos. The only and the more what you can do is, if you don't have any client, what you can do is you can pick a creator, you can see which video worked for that person, and
okay,
write it down, write that video down on paper, and see how frames are changing. There will be
okay,
7 to 8 frames in creators videos. How the frames are changing, you will get to know more and
okay,
more and more on how this person has written that content, and you'll get more
okay.
knowledge about that.
Okay, so tell me one more thing. As you are working in finance also and tech background, so I've heard one of the creators saying that you should be working on similar only finance niche, not in other niche. It will be confusing for you and as for your clients also, basically.
Uh, I don't think so. There are some limitations also to that, because one thing is that conflict of interest comes, right. Let's say I'm
Yeah, yeah.
working with a tech creator, and another tech creator I'm talking with and working with. It create because they are direct competitors, right? So it
Hmm.
creates conflict of interest. So I prefer working with different kind of industries more and more. Moreover, if you really know what you're doing, or like for the starters, for the beginners, no one knows where they are best at, right? So it only comes
Okay.
by exploring.
Okay. So how did did you Fiverr work for you? Fiverr and Upwork.
For me, the only thing that worked was DMs, Instagram DMs, LinkedIn DMs, emails, and things like that. I've never used Upwork, never used Fiverr. I work with clients directly. Yeah.
So can you just suggest any videos that people should watch regarding the script writing?
See, what you generally consume on Instagram, there are
Hmm.
also videos, right?
Hmm.
Do one thing, like, let's say you are interested in tech niche, just go on
Hmm.
Instagram and search for tech.
Hmm.
You'll see 10 different creators. You'll see how
Okay.
they're making videos, and how from there you can see it. You can research about it.
And any newsletters or books?
I would suggest read more fiction.
Okay,
Read more fiction books. And if you're writing in English, which is Hindi plus English, read more Hindi
hmm.
books. Read more
Okay, okay.
fiction books as much as possible. Read short stories and things like that.
Okay, Rishabh, I just wanted to ask you that how do you frame the title? Because title is too important. Title, you have talked about the CTA, but we need to know
Hmm.
about the title also,
The
basically.
title, like you're talking about the hook.
Yeah, basically you are doing the script writing. So
Yeah.
for YouTube, you write for people searches for the topic.
Hmm.
So how
Yeah.
do you frame the topic, basically?
You're talking about the title of the YouTube video or things like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
The
and any content you do,
hmm.
basically.
See, on Instagram, there is called a reel cover page, right?
Hmm.
So on Instagram, the reel cover page, which is where people write a small two, three, four words about what their
Hmm.
video is, right?
Hmm.
So that some creators, what they do is they don't write it. So what does it make is when anyone comes to their page, they don't know what it is. Instead, what they
Hmm.
do is they put some different kind of image which
Hmm.
persuades it. The hook is not always a word hook, a word
Hmm.
hook. It is also a visual hook in the video writing,
Okay,
right?
okay.
And in YouTube long form videos, the game is a bit different. There we
Hmm.
have to make titles which are more search friendly, more, I would say, more that is like a LinkedIn headline, like a LinkedIn post headline, like you write, right? And also in the thumbnail of the page, that also acts like hook in itself. So there, if you include something, I would suggest one news channel which is Lullen Top. If you have seen Lullen Top, is a YouTube channel.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
So the way they write content on their thumbnail is so persuasive, so
Yeah, yeah.
engaging that person clicks on it. You can
Okay,
check their content. So graphics work, titles work, but majorly graphic hooks also work now.
okay. Basically, Rishabh, I was just watching one video. I don't know the creator name. He was saying that we should include the numbers in the title and the hook, and basically the current year. Is it true?
The number in the
In
title, the number,
Yeah, yeah.
any kind of number.
15 tips to manage your business means.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, what is your take on this?
See, again, that really depends upon the content. Let's say
Yeah, yeah.
if the creator is making this type of listicle, this is called listicle content. Like
Okay.
as we
What
see
is
in
a listicle
blog,
base?
listicle content is where the person is giving you a solution in the form of a list. Let's say
Okay.
five tips to exercise more.
Hmm.
Five different ways in which you can be ahead of everyone in, let's say, 6 months, right? So
Okay.
this is
Okay.
this is this is a listicle hook. And the creators who make these types of listicle hooks, it works for them. And what
Hmm.
does number do is, number gives you a surety, let's right,
Okay.
that follow these five things, that this will happen, right?
Hmm.
Because as a viewer, we are very lazy. What
Hmm.
we want is, we want direction, but that I won't do anything. You tell me what I want, what I should do. We are all lazy
Hmm.
by that way. All the viewers are
Okay.
lazy.
Okay.
So these five numbers, as well as actions in the hooks, in the list based
Okay.
hooks, they work a lot.
Okay. So basically, I just wanted to ask you that did you manage any frameworks? There are frameworks like first we need to write hook, then
Hmm.
title. What
Yeah.
is your take on any of the social media scripts and all?
Okay. You're talking about the framework, right? What kind of framework we use?
Yeah, yeah.
See, uh, what this is my process, and this varies for each and every person. I write the body first, the main part, the what is to be said, the main body
Okay.
first. After that, I write the hook and the call to action. I write the body
Okay.
first. So it really depends on person to person, because hook takes some time and some revisions to really come up with the best. version, right?
Hmm.
Because hook is the most important. What I do to save my time is I write the body first, and I after that I write the CTA and the hook together. So that can save
Okay.
my time.
Okay. So basically, in script writing, the target audience plays an important role. The hook should be resonant, means the script writing, what you're writing, it should be definitely be resonating with the target audience.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No
So,
doubt.
yeah, yeah. So how can we identify the target audience?
That, see, target audience is something which the brand identifies, right?
Hmm.
That is like, or a creator identifies what type of people they want to serve through their content, and what
Hmm.
is the ultimate aim of serving that.
Hmm.
This is something which the business owner, the brands, or the creator knows. For example, there's a finance, there's a fintech startup. They, for them, their target audience is the investors who invest into, let's say, shares or things like that, right? So writing now, in that case, my way of writing will be very direct, because the target audience is matured audience, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, that in that they fall in that age bracket. So that is mature audience. They will require more of insights, information, than making something brazenly, like very funny or things like that. They require more information. So my content in that case will be more information based. Let's say there are or there's an audience, let's say 11 years to 25 years. They will require something which is funny, because they already have seen so much of Instagram, so much YouTube, that they're already fed up with the basic content, because we
Okay.
consume more, right? So they require more funny content and things like that, and more Gen Z content, what we say.
So what are the common mistakes that new scriptwriter often make?
Okay. One common mistake is writing too much. I
Hmm.
mean, uh,
What are the common mistakes and pitfalls that new scriptwriter do basically?
okay. The first thing I would say is, which I also did,
Hmm.
which was writing too long.
Hmm.
This works for short form. I'm saying this for short form videos. Writing too long, what it does is, it creates a limitation, or it creates a difficulty for the creator or the brand
Hmm.
to shoot it, and to limit that in, let's say, 40, 50 seconds or 1 minute.
Hmm.
Sometimes the length of the video, it gets extended because of the writing only.
Hmm.
So after writing, when I realized that this is the mistake I'm making, what I did was, after writing, I left that, my first draft, and I came back after some time and saw how I can express this, even in, let's say, a line of 20 words in 10 words, right? So by this, the number the because the audience is not patient these days. We all need something very fast, right? So what I had to cut down my length, the content length, to uh, less and less every time I used to revise that. And second is, I would say, watching videos, but not adding something new, you're new to that. Sometimes what writers tend to do is just copy the hooks of other creators, right?
Yeah.
Which sometimes, which I don't think it works every time, because every creator has a different vibe, every creator has a different shooting style. And third thing which I would say, in this is useful for writing the hooks. In the hook, we should have at least 2 to 3 frames. 2 to 3 frames mean, I would say, the number of videos
Hmm.
in one hook. Let's say there's a 2 3 line hook.
Ah.
There should be a 2 to 3 frame in the video itself, the way a brand or creator
Hmm.
is saying, to make, otherwise the audience bounces off. This is something which I tried and tested with different creators, and I saw that this is something which works.
Okay, so one more thing I need to ask you is that Rishabh, basically people are looking towards the short content. No,
Yeah.
means actually in podcasts also we are seeing that of podcasts they are just uploading a 1 hour video, 2 hour videos, and they are making a clips about it.
Yeah.
So what is your take on this?
I think again, I would say the way in which audience consume a content is changing day by day.
Yeah, yeah.
People are coming more and more towards the shorter format.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, no one, I don't think anyone in our, at least in our generation, has the time to watch like a 2 hour long podcast or anything.
Yeah,
So what they're doing is they're trying to break that podcast in small pieces. Even if you see today, even the long form videos, they come with timestamps,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because and most of the people watch the timestamps directly
Mm,
uh, by clicking on that timestamp. So ultimately, we are going more towards the short form videos day by day.
mm.
Although I feel long form will still be there, but
Yeah,
the
it's
the
important too.
relevance, yeah, but the relevance, I think it's currently more heavy on the short form videos.
Basically, see, if you are from finance background, so you should be knowing
Yeah.
that in stock market, 1 minute short won't work there. I'm sorry,
Hmm.
I'm very bad in finance. Basically, in stock market, earning per share, you cannot explain this that earning per share in 1 minute. You need 2-3 minutes of that
Hmm.
in YouTube
Yeah.
video.
Yeah. See, the again, it becomes a there are two things in it, two categories in it. One is
Yeah.
when you're giving information.
Hmm.
Second is when you're teaching something.
Yeah, yeah,
The explanatory videos will always be in long form. You can't explain each and everything in short form.
yeah,
I have
absolutely.
written long form videos also, and they tend to be more explanatory, although they follow the same format of a short form video, just that we need to expand that because we need to explain in detail. So some people, for someone who is finding, who wants a specific topic, they will look for that specific topic in the long form video only. But at the same time, if we are trying to convey any information which is demand based, which is news based,
Hmm.
short form is still the short form is working more day by day, and long form is there. But again, people, their patience level is decreasing day by day. So people tend to watch, but tend to watch it less and less these days.
So, the upcoming creators, how they can drag their video through the script writing, basically.
Okay. See, script writing is something which is content, right?
Hmm.
What type of content you want to create, and every big creator is in itself a script writer.
Okay.
Every big creator is in itself already a script writer because he has done the things to reach at that level
Yeah.
to a major extent by himself or herself only.
Hmm.
Okay. So for starting out, I would say just experiment. The more you experiment on what type of content you want to create, the more people relate with you for who you are, the more authentically you create. And secondly, I have observed many creators, what they do is they say something which they have not done, and people
Hmm.
catch it. People
Yeah,
catch
yeah,
it. Audience is very, I would say, vigilant. They catch it. I can't say here that I have earned 10 crores rupees in a year and just fake it, right? Because people catch it.
yeah, yeah.
So the more real you are, the more creatively you try to express through videos and things, people will ultimately relate with.
Yeah, means you cannot say the false storytelling also.
No, and avoid any type of fake claims. I would say
Hmm.
that this has happened. I have done this. I have served to like thousands of international clients or things like that, because people do, and people do because many people have started misusing that as a medium.
So basically, how we can monetize the script through social media platform, script writing.
See, script writing is in itself is not monetizable. It comes with a package of marketing,
Hmm.
right? So there are two ways of monetizing your content. Script
Hmm.
writing is basically, in short form, it's content only, right? So either go on the creator
Hmm.
mode of it, which is building an audience, 1 or 2 million followers, and getting the sponsors and things like that, and that works as your uh, business model. Second way is being being an expert in your industry regarding regarding solving problems for people, right? let's say if I'm in finance industry, I tell people about shares, and I tell people about if you're confused between, let's say, Tata Capital and Tata Technologies, what how can you compare two shares? How can you compare two shares? How can you purchase something? What should you do? This is the second type of solution which help people practically,
Yeah.
right? uh, this is the second way, and this is heavily on the marketing side of it, right? So either this way they can create their solutions, and many people have done, like CSR Takuja. There's an Instagram creator, CSR Takuja. He talks about businesses,
Mm.
and after creating considerable following, now he conducts his workshops and things like
Mm.
that to help their audience only. So he's monetizing his audience, whereas the creators who with 2 3 billion followings, they are monetizing the brands, which is through brand promotions and collaborations and sponsors. So there are only two ways.
So how do the trends and algorithms plays an important role in script writing basically?
Okay. Trends, I would say it does play a role.
Mm.
It does play a role in short form, especially short form, especially on Instagram. It does play a
Mm.
role. If a trend is coming, creators or brands, they hop onto that, and they try to use it for their advantage, and it works also most of the times if the content is good, right? And the trend comes not just about the way people say it also comes in how you show it. For example, a recently a trend came of people get of transitions which were not even related to each other. For example, a patient fell off from a bed, and after that, the person in the edit they showed the person rolled to the floor, and in the edit it came out as a shopkeeper who is selling something, and that video it went into millions. So this is something which was trending, right? So and many people used it for their brand visibility or their creator visibility. But at the end of the day, the what you are see trend can only hook you, right? At the end, what content are you giving or how you're serving them, it also matters for ultimately uh, making money out of it or increasing your views.
Okay, now you have told that you have got the client through outbound process basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what was your cold email process? Because see, what in the beginning many of the people doesn't get the client
Yeah.
through outbound process. One, you told me that you need to show your work, but we need to send a message also. Message
Hmm.
counts.
Hmm.
So can you?
Yeah. So cold emails have worked for me always. On cold emails, I what I do is I make some random headline which is relatable to the creator also.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. For example, I wrote to a creator that I like your specs look. Like I like your specs look. And this is a headline which normally no one would write on an email, right? So this is relatable also because that person wears specs, right? So this is something which can hook you. Again, that this is more like a cold email is like a copywriting that person only, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how can I hook that person? And second is uh, either show your proof of work or or that you have already made a sample for them. This gives them an incentive that yes, this person has worked already done my work. Let's see if let me open that sample and see if it is good or not, right? And third is if you have a background, that is the best thing to start with.
Okay, and what is your take on the people who are just reaching out and they are not getting the clients? That is the main thing in freelancing.
Yeah, yeah. See, it happens with everyone, and it doesn't change. It changes with time, and more work we do. But initially, it happens more. Uh, I would say again, you first of all, people cold email less. I have seen they make their judgments around. Let's say I have mailed to 4 to 5 people, and why they are not replying. Cold email, cold messaging is a quantity game. Let's say you need at least to do at least 100 messaging 100 messages, emails, and then see what is working for you or not, right? So uh, I would say first is increase the number of outreach messages. Second is have show them something different which other people don't have. Let's say I
Okay.
can reduce your time, or I can do, if a writer does this in 2 days, I can do it in 1 day. Either show them speed, or show them some creativity or quality which other people have, but you are more better at it, right?
Okay.
So it's like creating your differentiating factor, and this differentiating factor can be anything. It can be the industry, it can be the time, it can be the cost, or it can be the.
Okay, basically when we are personal, so when we are sending the 100 cold emails, for example, there's a ton
Yeah,
of automated tools.
yeah,
That
yeah.
example like Mailchimp. So even I used to do that. I used to send 100 message, but that same message isn't going to work because every people needs a
No.
different type. No, no.
True, true, true.
So every day, how can we send 100 messages? Because in LinkedIn you have a limitation.
See, I'm not saying send 100 messages every day. I am saying set a limit every day. Let's say 10 messages I need to send today. 100 is for the analysis of those messages. Let's say I send 10 mails every day. I think
Hmm.
that is possible. A short mail or 10 messages every day, that is possible.
Okay.
People do send. Okay. And set a daily target of, let's say, sending 10 mails per day or
Hmm.
10 cold messages per day to your prospective audience. And making connections with them, not sometimes making connections out of work or without a work also works for you in long run, because they know you then, right? That this person does this thing whenever. Sometimes clients don't require work from you, but they still remember you, right? That tomorrow if the requirement comes, they will approach you, because you have sent your advice, or you have sent your help without charging anything. So what I do is I try to create solutions for them. First of all, I write personalized emails. I try to create solutions for them already. Like this is I read your website. These are problems in your website, and I have done an analysis. Here's my PDF, and I blur it, and I blur some pages of that so that it creates curiosity in the mind of the reader, right? So then people do connect on a call, because they want that this is a problem going on, this is a gap in my business, and this person has solved. Let me see the whole solution, and then people are able to like come on a call.
And basically, we need to analyze the people LinkedIn post also.
Yeah, it
And
depends on it depends on any service you give. It depends on any service you give. Whatever service you give, you need to analyze that and send some samples. Keep on sending
yeah.
that. Yeah, I have this. I thought this can work better for your platform.
Hmm.
Just try and let me know if it works for you or not.
Okay,
Like,
one more thing
yeah.
I need to ask with you, Rishabh, is basically, did inbound work for you?
Inbound has worked for me uh, 3 4 times,
Hmm.
but not majorly. Majorly, see, for me, referrals have worked a lot. Inbound have not yet. I'm not at yet that stage that inbound has worked for me. I'm not creating content very actively these days. I need to be consistent. But for me, referrals have worked a lot. Let's say I started working with a client, and now I'm able to upsell them, or some other my client referred me to some other client also. So that way it has worked a lot. From the, you can say that as inbound only, but yeah.
Yeah, basically, in inbound, I'm not saying consistency works because see, if you're going to write consistent post and you're not providing value, so you won't be getting
Yeah,
client.
yeah. I agree with that.
So coming to the last question, uh, what is your basically the future about your script writing? What is the future means? What is your plan, goals?
Okay. uh, so my future regarding script writing is work with even bigger creators and work with more brands now.
Hmm.
My in my experience, I have around 1 year of experience in script writing. I work more with creators than brands. So
Hmm.
I work with brands also, and
Hmm.
I want to work more with brands, and I want to work more with for their advertising, and
Hmm.
for with and work with more industry niche industry
Okay.
people, like finance, like hospitality, like
Hmm.
medicine, like doctor or psychologist or things like that. So my plan is more going towards more niche industries.
Then you have opened your agency also?
Not currently. I work independently currently, like
Okay.
as an independent contractor.